How we doing, folks? Welcome into Week 8 postgame. I'm Jason Blakeney, and with me is Brady Amon. Brady, first time this year we've both gone to the same game, and I didn't see what I expected to see at our game. PHS goes out, takes care of business, jumps out to a 38-7 lead. Final score ends up 45-21. It was a much more dominant performance than I expected.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I don't think anybody saw this one coming. I think if you talk to a lot of people in the community and ask them to kind of give a prediction, I think most people would kind of be maybe in the 3 to 7 point range as far as a margin of victory, but not 24 points. And now we've seen that the three biggest challengers in the district, Milton, Pace, and Pine Forest, PHS has beaten them by an average of 21 points per game. I mean, 3 touchdowns per game. A very impressive performance for PHS tonight, just all around. I mean, offensively, defensively, even special teams as far as the punt coverage teams and stuff like that. Just a statement game for PHS tonight. That's really all you can say about it. They kind of laid claim to that supremacy in the area and really kind of did it emphatically tonight.
Yeah, maybe the biggest reason for that, not even maybe the biggest reason for that, Jalen Spencer. 2 interceptions tonight, including one that he returns for a touchdown. He runs for 3. He throws 2 more, ends up with over 300 yards of offense. Very impressive game out of him.
No, it was. And, it's one of those situations where the great players rise to the occasion in great games, and he's done that this year. He did that, he did that against Catholic High. He did that against Pace. He did it against Milton when on a very sloppy field.
Right.
He's just one of those guys. He's a dynamic player, and he showed tonight why he's obviously one of the best athletes in our area. Well, if not the best athlete in our area.
Yeah, Jonathan Bennett also a 100-yard rushing performance tonight. Shaquille Bush over 100 yards receiving. That offensive line really doing the job there, giving Spencer time to throw, giving the running backs lanes to run through. Shaquille Purifoy on the other side, he had over 100 yards, including a big touchdown catch. Just wasn't enough, though. A lot of the night matched up on Spencer, which is where both his interceptions came from, were on passes to Purifoy. But with the big lead, Spencer out a little bit, he able to get the big play. But, he did get 30, 40 yards against Spencer. But all-around great performance by PHS. Pine Forest, though, still not out of it. Really, a singular scenario now puts Pine Forest in with a chance to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, it basically comes down to 2 games. Milton plays Pace next week. If Milton beats Pace and then Pine Forest beats Milton in that 10th game of district or the last game of district, that's a 3-way tie. We're looking at a shootout, so we might get out shootout anyway. It'll be for second place, but there's Pine Forest obviously cannot get down on themselves because Milton and Pace have to play. If Milton wins that game, Pine Forest controls its own destiny in that final game against Milton.
Right, plenty to play for still for the Eagles. All right, our Bill Valona went and watched the first team to really wrap up a spot in the postseason. Northview goes out, gets a big win over Freeport, puts themselves in the driver's seat in District 1A. And we'll run out to Bill right now. And Bill, what'd you see out there?
Well, here at Northview High, the Chiefs take a big step towards winning the District 1A title with a 35-21 win over Freeport. The game's biggest moment came early in the fourth quarter. Freeport takes the lead, converts a 2-point conversion, leads 21-20. But on the ensuing possession, Northview scores in 3 plays. Less than a minute later, Brandon Sheets a rollout run from 20 yards out. And then later in the fourth quarter, Sheets, after a turnover, after an interception by Northview, hits Monteria Mitchell, who had a big night tonight with a long touchdown pass. Northview now in position to win this district title. Just a great performance by the Chiefs, and now they'll move on, and I think they'll be in good shape to enter postseason with the top seed.
All right, thanks, Bill. Big win there for Northview, Brady. Even some people, maybe whispering a little bit, maybe they weren't ready when they lost that game to Gulf Breeze. I think they showed emphatically tonight that they're ready for the state playoffs.
Well, I think when they get down to their level 1A, and not to mention Gulf Breeze is obviously a little bit better than maybe we thought going into the season, but when they get down to their level and they're playing teams with similar size and similar depth, they do pretty well. Now all they got to do is beat Baker and they get the outright district championship.
Right. Now, speaking of Gulf Breeze, another big win tonight, keeps their playoff hopes very alive. So they They have the inside track now to that District 1 5A runner-up berth into the playoffs. They'll go on the road for the first week if they get in. But they get a big win tonight. Our Jamie Sokola was there, and Jamie, what did you see tonight?
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm here at Gulf Breeze. I just saw Gulf Breeze beat Bay 44-14. It's the first time since 2003 that Gulf Breeze has a win over the Tornadoes. They're really turning their season around. Who was key for them tonight was sophomore tailback Chandler Foxworth. Fighting a flu bug, he still ran for more than 190 yards, a record night for him, and a great night for the Gulf Breeze program.
All right, thanks, Jamie. 6 other games in the area tonight. Brady, several big district games. Every game this week, a district contest. Bob Heiss was in the newsroom all night, taking the updates from everybody, including former preparator D.C. Reeves, who covered that Madison County game for us. And we're going to go to Bob down in the newsroom, and he'll wrap up the other 6 games for us.
Thanks, Jason. And other scores across the Pensacola area. Bad night for the Catholic Crusaders program. Go on the road to Madison County, lose 49-6. First time Catholics missed the playoffs since 2003. Bad run there for Coach Greg Seibert. Also, looking at District 1-6A, we know what happened with PHS and Pine Forest. 2 teams to keep your eye on. They meet next week, Milton and Pace. Both won tonight. Milton 37-14 at home over Washington. Panthers built a 30-0 lead in that game. Kind of a wild finish with 4 touchdowns in the final 2 minutes, but Milton in position to get the second spot in that district. Pace struggled a little bit, at least score-wise, with winless Tate, but the Patriots did pull it out 24-10. Got a big effort from J.C. Curry, 232 yards and a late TD that really sealed that win. Navarre keeping itself in the 2-6A playoff hunt. Beat Crestview 42-23. Big offensive numbers for the Raiders. Dwayne Carter, 143 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Dusty Jones passed for 310 and 2 scores. So keep your eye on Navarre. They're still in the hunt. And as in 1A, Jay went on the road. Royals got to feel bad for him. Down to their 4th tailback, really injuries have really piled up for Kent Smith and towards the end of his first season with the program. Jay goes on the road, loses to Baker 61-26. So back to you, Jason. Those are the rest of the scores from tonight.
All right, thanks, Bob. Brady, that's a big loss for Catholic. Pretty much, well, not even pretty much. It does eliminate them from the postseason. So they won't be going to playoffs for the first time since 2003. West Florida High, though, keeps their hopes alive for their first district title since the Ivan Shorten 2004 season. Milton and Navarre also get big wins. They keep in their respective district races. What really struck you the most about this week's games?
Well, I think Navarre, obviously they're kind of in a must-win situation the rest of the year with Choctaw and Niceville kind of being with only 1 loss up there. I think they have to maintain pace with those 2 teams. I think we're looking at a shootout with those 3 teams. As long as Navarre keeps winning, I'm sure Choctaw and Niceville will keep winning, and we'll have that scenario at the end of the year where we'll have a shootout with those 3 teams.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain we're going to have at least 1 shootout. I look forward to that. I'm greedy like that. Free football is fantastic for me. All right, that wraps us up for our entire sports staff getting in on the action tonight. James Cole, Bill Valona, Bob Heiss. This is Brady Amon. I'm Jason Blakeney, and join us next week. And until then, have a good night.